Thanks to Ubisoft for sponsoring today's video. The open beta for Anno 1800 starts April 12th to the 14th, and you can get the game for its full release down below in the description on April 16th. So check down below in the description, click those links, and download today. Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Anno 1800. We've done it before, and we're doing it again. We're starting a new city, a new empire here in Anno 1800. As many of you know, Anno 1800 is going to be available very soon, and the open beta is coming, and so the developers had asked me to advertise it a bit, so that way you can get a chance of testing out the game for yourself. So the open beta coming very soon. Anno 1800, of course, taking place in the Industrial Revolution, where you can build a giant city, go on expeditions, and go to war with your friends and or foes in Anno 1800. I've said it a lot, but I think it's time we start our city. A new city, a fresh start from Raptoria and the previous builds, and just try to explain a little bit to the new people what's going on here. So if you haven't already, if you're a returning fan, make sure you show that support and click or tap that like button to let me know you'd like to see more. And if you're new here, say hi down below in the comments section. Hi. Good to have you all here. So thanks again to Anno for supporting today's video, and thanks for you for tuning in. Without further ado, let's create a new character, and let's go get started. This was one I was playing on before, and I'm going to start a new one here fresh with less guidance. So I'll be guiding you through how the game is played here today, and as you know, there's going to be a lot to do, and of course when we're building a city and have so many different things to manage, like logs and iron and steel and building ships, there's going to be a lot going on. I'm going to go with this guy. I like the whole matching color of the suit and the flag and everything like that, so we'll go with this, and I'll go ahead and call myself, let's see, Dino Man this time. There we are. Perfect. Let's go ahead and start, and we're going to play on advanced now. We get a little less starting money. Average world and islands, minerals, everything's pretty much average. This is the middle of the road, but we get some new characters to play against. So these three, I don't think we played before. In a previous playthrough, we destroyed these three in a world war that engulfed both the old and the new world. But now, let's go ahead and start a fresh new world where maybe perhaps we don't go to war right away, but we build and see exactly what the game has to offer. So what I've seen so far is a lot of fun. And the game really challenges you to build trade routes between multiple islands and to colonize things, and it is really just a pleasure. Look at this, our beautiful island of Zwolen. We're going to go ahead and rename that to something else soon enough, but let's take a look at the island. Beautiful cliffs. Yeah, I really like the every time I see this game, and when you get the initial reveal of your island, it's always breathtaking to see how nice it looks. Well, very good. It looks like a good island to me, a good place to start. Nice high cliffs here, and yeah, nice little area to build our initial city. So let's go ahead and start laying out some roads. We're going to design our city now. And of course, this is a game where you can play multiplayer against or with your friends up to, I'm not sure exactly how many players, but it should be a lot of fun in order to like challenge everyone to kind of like a war. Either you can buy their island out from under them, or you can blockade their islands and destroy their navies and stuff, and really just be nasty if you want to. And what's the most important thing in this game, I've got to say, is probably wood and bricks and steel. Those are the three major things that you'll be building your empire with. And I'm going to try to build some logging camps maybe up here after I start my initial town. And we're going to go around and explore too with our initial ship too. So it's going to be a good time here. I don't know if I'm building this even. Hopefully I am. That looks good enough for an initial square. Actually, let's make it even. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this corner. Okay, so that should do, right? So if there's 5 in there, that should be 5 here. Oh, I did have it right, didn't I? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that looks good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. There's 1 on each side. I need to extendo a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and make this look pretty. There we go. So yes, you can easily demolish things, you can easily move things around. These roads initially can be upgraded to brick roads, so that way you can make your units move faster. All the things are transported faster, your fire departments can get around. Yes, you can build fire departments, police stations, just in case there's a riot. Alright, let's go ahead and start by building a lumberjack's hut. This will allow for farmers to cut down trees in order to provide logs to the lumber mill, which then can be used to build homes. So it's a very important thing. So we'll get started by putting down one of those. We're going to need multiple ones of those, but I'm also going to build a nice industrial area down here by the shore. We want to make sure we have a nice industrial area where we're going to be dropping off and picking up goods.
The vessel shall be subject to an inspection.
All right, let's go ahead and put down a couple of lumber mills here. Now, we'll need workers working here, so we do need to design a city, and a city is only functional if you have a marketplace around. So let's go ahead and put one of those down. We'll start building some homes around here, and I'll build a marketplace kind of right off the edge. Maybe over, actually, let's put down some homes. That'll be our town square there.
You reached a new
finally.
milestone.
The age of agriculture. Good. I'm going to put a little road that goes around the, actually, I'm going to, oh, you know what? You know what I really want to do? We have an initial road that goes here, but instead of doing this, how about this? Instead of doing a bunch of homes along the road like that, let's try this. I'm going to actually make a nice road that goes like this. I'm going to build a 2-lane highway, so that way we can double up our speeds of moving in and out of town, and that way there's not so much traffic. And we'll build like a nice avenue here with some trees down the middle. Let's try that. So let's go ahead and flip this around. And let's go ahead and put these houses here. Now I can actually double up on the amount of houses we can have. That's going to look real nice. So let's put something like this here. Maybe like that. And I'll put a road around it. Alright, so the marketplace will give all the food and all the supplies that the homeowners need in order to maintain the household and do a few other things. Okay, so now we need to also put a warehouse down. It accepts and distributes goods from and to your production building. So, for example, we will be picking up, we will need to pick up logs from that logging camp, but, we're out of supply. What are we going to do? Well, all we have to do is go to our ship here, which we can rename everything. We can rename our city, we can rename our ships, and we're going to drop off a lot of goods here now. And we have to be fast because our enemies are probably going to beat us soon. So let's go ahead and go to goods, and let's drop off a bunch of logs that are needed, lumber, rather, and that'll be turned into logs as soon as possible, once they're starting work over here anyway. Alright, so logs will be brought here. You can see the little wagon bringing out all the wood, or at least in this case it's just goods in boxes, but it'll be dropped off here, and then it can be transported to the other side of the map. We'll have to probably put another small warehouse over here by the ocean front. Actually, I wonder if it can pop out here. Well, it's probably not a bad idea to have more supply here. There we are. Or more things coming in and out. Alright, we need more employees, so let's start building our city. We need more people working here. So let's build ourselves a nice little intersection. And we'll build it over here. There we go. I'm glad we redesigned that, because one main drag is nice, but to have a nice little decorated avenue is really splendid, especially when things are starting to kick off quite nicely. Alright, let's see. So we got some homes here. And we can build another road that goes back this way. So let's actually build some homes here. So they start out as farmers. There's many different classes in the game. And when you go to the New World, there's even specific classes too to South America. So, for example, so far we've seen farmers, workers, artisans, and then eventually engineers and investors. And, of course, you can see in previous videos that you can get quite complicated with the amount of supplies that they need. For example, farmers are very easy to please. All they want is clothing, fish, and access to a market. But then things get very complicated. For example, the well-to-do people will need access to things like, oh, I don't know, cigars and fur coats and rum and things like that. And so they really have a lot of demands that you need to meet in order to continue on. Alright, so we've built quite a few homes. You can see how nicely detailed everything is. I never really have taken much time to zoom in and see how nice everything is, but look at how quickly everybody's moving. Everybody's getting to work, and we'll build a nice little square here. But look at how nice. Even the natural land is just beautiful. They've done a really good job of making it look nice. And then, of course, our flagship. Yes, the flagship. I think we're going to rename this hashtag sponsorship. I mean, it is a ship after all. Alright, there we go. And then I think our city we will go ahead and call Upon Beta. There we are. Open beta is coming soon. There you go, just to help you remember. Alright, so now we've got logs being delivered.
New milestone.
Alright, now we're a village. Perfect. Some logs have been delivered, and now they're starting to be delivered to lumber mills, which means that's being turned into planks, which means we can build homes. Good stuff. We need to produce more lumber, though, or logs. Let's make sure we do that. I'm going to put another logging camp down here. And let's go ahead and click here. There's different ways to organize, too, as well. If you don't like how this is organized, there's different ways to make it so that way you can see what exactly can be built. And I forget exactly how to do that. Oh, here it is. Building sorting. There you go. So you can go by materials, by city buildings, consumables, harbor, that kind of stuff. I think we need to build a farm now. So we have farmers, so we better start farming. And let's find a nice open place of land. Oh, yes, oil. Yes, oil's the thing in the game, too. But unfortunately, we won't be able to see that in this current build mode. Right now, I'm in the closed beta to promote the open beta, so hopefully that comes out soon. Where should we put our farms? Now, these are going to be more like ranches, really, like pastures for sheep. And I think this might be a good spot. There's a few less trees over there. So we'll build out onto this, and we'll build a nice area that goes right into the farms, right over here. Alright, perfect. Nice to keep things away from your city, because eventually your city will become huge. And you're going to want to make sure that you don't have to move your buildings repeatedly. Alright, looks like I'm going to keep some of those wood planks, and I'm going to start making some sheep farms. We're going to start with probably just a few. And I like to make warehouses in different districts. So right now we've kind of got our raw material district. We'll have our like sheep and pig district, like our farming district, and then we have our industrial district downtown. Now when you click on these buildings, you also need to make farm pastures for them, or as it's called here, a sheepfold. So all you have to do is just basically click on that, and there's only 3 to put down for the sheep. So with 3 clicks, there you go. Perfect, all done. Now in order to make these into clothing, you do need to provide a area for the framework knitters to work. So just down the road a little bit, we'll put one of those right over here. And they have themselves a nice little building. Now, things are slow and small, but man, is it going to get huge soon enough. We need a few more, little bit more lumber in order to do that, but you can see our workers are immediately on it. Look at that. People are walking around with lumber, and there are a lot of people arriving and departing and going everywhere. You can see the log going into the sawmill. Very cool. There it goes. Nice little details everywhere. And now we have 5, 6, 7. All right, let's go explore a little bit while we wait. There's characters out here. The other players are out here. 3 other people to compete against. Not to mention there's other players in the game who are neutral, who will help us and give us quests in order to give us money and a few other things. And as we are in the Steam age, this ship is also powered by not only sail, but also has a little engine on board. That's why she's smoking. So, yes, there are people who own prisons, and there are people who have access to, like, the East Indies, and there are even people who are loyal to the crown, who will give us all sorts of different technology that we can buy and trade in order to, you know, really be successful here. So let's see. Oh, city attractiveness is a thing as well, so keep that in mind. You'll need to not make an island just a basic floating steel mill. You're going to want to do a lot more, so that way you can attract more people to the city and get different bonuses. And look at this. Yet another island. And up top we can see that they specialize in hops, fir, and nitrate. So those 3 things are going to be needed on that island. And this island here has access to a lot of limestone and copper and clay. So these are small islands that we can inhabit, so that way we can make more things. And as you can see up in the left, we have ourselves the influence points. Every time that we populate an island or build a large ship, that's going to remove a little bit of our influence. So we need to be careful with that. We do have enough points now to put down our framework knitter, so we should be able to put that right over here and immediately start production. Sorry, not the framework knitter, but I wanted to put down the warehouse. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. And we'll put that right in the middle of things. So that way the wool can go down the road to the knitter, and then all the clothing that the knitter makes can go right down here to the warehouse, and then will be automatically transferred to the little marketplace here, which all the farmers will come and shop at. So all of their needs, aside from fish, are taken care of. So all we have to do now is just put down one little building here, if we have enough wood for it. There's good. Perfect. And now we have ourselves our fishing dock. Perfect. Looking splendid. Alright, so now we've started to supply everything that they need. Seems like we might need some more logs. It looks like one of the lumber mills is short on supply. And we have an abundance of 101 extra workers. So we now know that we have plenty of workforce to get whatever we need done. So I'm going to build like another little area up here for logging. Boy, this is kind of in a clearing, but that's okay. It'll still be able to bring in logs, for sure. There we go. Okay, so now we've got 3 logging camps going, and that should provide a lot of lumber. That's one thing you're really going to want in the game at the start is lumber, and logs are extremely important. So really, you should probably have like 4 lumber mills down, and per logging camp, you're probably going to want like 1 or 2 at least. So at least a 1-to-1 ratio, but probably more if you do the math. Let's put down another sheep farm. There we go. Don't need to be sheepish on that.
Or for worse.
Go ahead and get another one down. There we go. Perfect. So now we have 2 sheep farms there working to... I wish we could actually put down like 4 of those. Almost never seems like enough. Now we also need ourselves a pub. If you can see here, if you click on a house and click on happiness, the people also want schnapps and pub. So that'll keep them happy, so that way they don't riot. So it's a good idea to do that. We'll build a pub nearby, maybe up here near the town square, where everyone's going to go. So let's build ourselves a nice little pub up here. Maybe actually right up here on the corner. Something like that. We can see its area of effect too by how green the roadway is. So that should keep everyone in town happy. But maybe we should build it over here instead. A little closer to where the people are. Let's go ahead and build it there. Perfect. Alright, so now we have ourselves a pub. Look at that, all those people. We got songs and music going on, people coming in and out. Nice details. We also need a fire department so buildings don't burst into flame, but I'm going to wait a little bit on that just because it's a little expensive. Not expensive, but I don't have a place to put it for any sort of room yet. Let's go ahead and put some nice fully grown trees down the line. And look at that. Woo! Alright, now we have ourselves an avenue. So now the neighborhoods are separated, a little more class warfare going on here. Let's go ahead and add all the rest of our homes. It's 2 per home, so we're not quite at the level we need yet, but we need to start doing some more. And it looks like our ship has reached the northern section. We haven't found any other players yet, so let's keep looking around. Very nice. Okay, let's see. What else can we do? In the meantime, I think probably increasing wood production is not half bad. Let me see what we've got for supply. So we can see now that we have wood coming in. We have 3 logs and we have 13 timber, as they call it, or planks, or whatever you want to call it, lumber, whatever. And so that means we could up production. Looks like, oh, so you see that uptick there? That green triangle means that the supply of logs is increasing. So we definitely can provide more. Oh yeah, it's really going up. And oh, yep, looks like they're immediately taking it over here. And it's going to be turned right into planks. So let's go ahead and try to continue to increase our wood production so we can see how far we can get. Let's build yet another lumber mill, or another logging camp for the lumber mills. There we go. Oh, it looks like this one doesn't have a warehouse nearby. If I put the warehouse over here, maybe that's better. We can actually relocate buildings, but at a cost. If we do this, it will cost some, as you see, $375 for relocation. So essentially the boys are just going to pack everything up onto a truck or onto a trailer and move it right over there. So now all 4 buildings can be within the supply chain. So let's go ahead and move another road up here.
So watch out.
There we go. Oh, this guy should be... No warehouse within range. They should be able to make it down here. Should I move it again? Be nice to know if there... It'd be nice if the game indicated somehow if they were in range before you place the building down. Now I fear that this one might not be within range, but that should be okay. Okay, looks good. Alright, there you go. So a little trial and error, and your problems are solved. We do need to supply some more logs, but regardless, it seems to be going good. So let's go back to the housing boom. Let's go ahead and build another long neighborhood here.
My basket is flowing over.
Ah, yes, the farmers and everyone else has a lot of things to say. So there's your town is very, very vocal. Let's build some bushes here. There we go. Okay, now what else should we put down? A schnapps farm. Yes, that requires potatoes. So right back in our farming area, we're going to make some potatoes, which can be turned into schnapps, which keeps the farmers happy. It's not a food source. The only food source they require is fish at the start. So we're going to go ahead and build a... where should we build a farm? Looks like there's a nice clearing over here. So let's build the farm right at the end. And I'm going to try to put a little road here. And a little schnapps farm over there. Or rather, a potato farm for the schnapps. Schnapps doesn't grow on the ground, unfortunately. Oh, look, it says no warehouse within range, too. Well, we'll see about that. Okay, so it looks like we can make a 72-sized farm. So there we go, 72 out of 72. So there is a certain amount of space that these farms can take up. You can see here that it's 72 spaces out of 72. And it looks like they are within range of the warehouse. So since we're starting small, we can put both our production building, which is the distillery, and the knitter over there. And I think the knitter... Let's see how much we have for wool. We could probably use some more sheep farms and some more wool knitters. Or rather, the knitter framework thing.
Better doing this by hand.
So let's try to fill in the rest of these spaces. Yet another warehouse. Boy, they really don't give a lot of leeway for how distant a warehouse can be, do they? Alright, well, I guess we'll have to end up building yet another one. And I would like to increase our potato production as well. So let's get that going. And there also is a clay pit over here. Uh-oh.
We dug you full of fish.
We got pirates. Oh, no.
Aye,
I forgot all about it. There's pirates in this game. Oh, boy. Whoa. All right.
Under attack.
Almost a hit. It looked like it hit, but it should have missed. All right, we got pirates over here. We're getting out of here. All right. The flagship is getting out of there. So we know pirates are in the upper right corner. Anne Harlow and her gang are fully equipped with heavy weaponry, including a gargantuan cannon here. There is no way you can defeat the pirates without some really good technology and a large amount of ships. So look at that. You can actually become friends with the pirates, too. If you do a few quests for them, you can eventually start trading with them and get on their good side. And they have some very good technology for warfare. So keep that in mind. Boy, it really seems like our supply chains are a little broken. I'm surprised at how far, like, they don't have to go very far to get to that warehouse, but yet they can't do it. So I guess we'll build some more warehouses. And it never hurts to have more
There'll be potholes,
warehouses,
so
for sure.
watch out.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it.
All right, let's go ahead and build ourselves another strip for the farm here. 64 out of 72. There we are. 72 out of 72 now on the farm fields. And they should be able to go right across the street.
That's a strong name.
George Smith.
Don't let it down.
All right, we've discovered a new person, George Smith, and there's his town of Fishguard. He must really like fish, I guess. And look, he's got all of his farmers set up, and he's got several pubs, several marketplaces, and even a big old flagship. Now, this lighthouse here allows us to go on quests for George, so if we want to, we can help him out, do some quests in exchange for money, or sometimes goods and bonus items, so it can really prove to be useful. Darn, I really want to figure out a way to get that last building there. I guess we'll build a temporary warehouse nearby. When everything is said and done, all the amount of warehouses that we have will be just fine because there'll be so many other buildings around. I'll be filling in all the space with pig farms and then like a steel mill, and all the buildings that we put now can either be relocated or put to use right where they are.
Well, you've
So it's gonna be good.
cultivated quite a thirst.
Alright, now that we built some more farms, we should build another knitter. There we are. So framework knitters now are producing quite a bit of goods. So that's really good. Now let's see if we can get up to the age of workers. Yes, we can. We can actually upgrade these folks. Fantastic. Now keep in mind, we're going to need workers for...
Yet another mangy traveling circus. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Carl Leonard. Oh boy. Alright, now as I was saying, we need workers to work buildings that are worker-specific and farmers to work buildings that are farmer-specific, so we'll need to keep both. Looks like he's already reached the worker age by putting down clay. There he is, a few buildings there. Alright, let's go ahead and reach the age of the workers, and I'm going to try to make all of these workers, and eventually we'll build some more farmers' quarters away from the city. Downtown you want to be more populated with workers. Okay, here we are. We now have workers. Excellent.
You reached a new milestone.
And with that, a new age. The age of industrialization. Perfect. Alright, so now we can start...
That's all we ask.
That's right. All we can do now is build... we need to start harvesting clay from clay deposits, and then we can turn those into bricks. And we can...
Your crime is decadence.
George Smith detests your city progressing faster than him. Yes, your neighbors will become a little angry at your successes. Alright. Oh, we need 50 workers to work in a clay pit. That's incredible. Alright, let's get to it then. Let's build some more workers' quarters and more farmers' quarters. Some of these are not full enough yet. They don't have yet all the supply they need. Okay, let's build some more homes. And I think we can, yep, build all the way up there. Perfect. So we're producing a lot of wood. Now that we found our neighbors, we can also start trading with them.
Flagship ready
So we
for
can set up
orders.
trade routes, essentially, when we become a little bit more friendly. And we can go ahead and do things like trade basic materials or finished goods. Or, for example, if we need hops to make beer, but we don't have an island that is producing hops, and we don't want to go through the trouble of like building a whole new city, all we have to do is just import them.
Looks forward to your patronage.
Wow, and speaking of imports, we have the East Indies, the trading company over here.
Welcome to the Emporium Exotique.
So as you can see, there's lots of different people to purchase. There's actually some famous YouTubers. I don't know if I'm in here or not, but you can actually buy them, and they'll provide entertainment values and happiness to your citizens, and that's a lot of good. Including the merchant here, which increases cargo slot capacity plus 20 if you put it onto a ship. So there's a lot of bonuses for being
Nice to meet
economical too.
I've just returned
Ah.
from my expedition.
Jorgensen.
I'm Bente Jorgensen, chair lady of the Jorgensen Foundation.
All right, our third player we finally discovered. So Bente Jorgensen is over here, and it looks like she's built herself a pretty nice city. She's not yet doing any sort of clay or brick making, so I assume that our most difficult enemy will be over here. Carl Leonard von Malching, I think is his name. Yes, he's already got brick factories going, so he's going to be quite advanced soon. Alright, we're going to come back to port as soon as we can, but for now, let's continue to build our city. We now have clay being produced, and if we're going to make a brick factory, we're going to need more workers for that. We can put down the factory first, though. So let's go ahead and do that. 25 workers needed, so we're short on 15. Let's put our brick factory over here. And let's get some more workers going. So we have plus 28 farmers, so we can provide some more workers now. There we go. So now we have a balance of plus 16 and plus 5. Keep in mind in this game, if you start building ships require workers too. So anytime that you build a ship, it's going to take away from your workforce immediately. So keep that in mind. Build another line of houses. We're going to need some more farmers here to be upgraded to workers eventually. Let's go ahead and try that again. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now in the open beta, I'm really excited to see a lot of people playing multiplayer, and there will be very specific tactics that everyone comes up with to optimize production and optimize neighborhood layouts and stuff. And since this is a video game, you can basically, equal everything out to how many squares can a pub cover in a certain amount of distance. There's already Wikipedias out there that really cover a lot of this information. So this game has a huge and loyal following, and a lot of people have been playing Anno games for a long time, myself included. I haven't played them all, but I've certainly enjoyed like Anno 1404, and I think it was Anno, the more recent ones I can remember is it Anno 2225 and Anno 2070? I think those are the numbers, but basically one in the future and one way, way in the future. But now they're stepping back to the 1800s, and I couldn't be more excited. This is just awesome, and I haven't even seen the full game yet, as engineers and other things are still locked. And when they become unlocked, then we'll be able to do things like build train routes and have trains going across the island, shipping oil and things. And it's going to be really interesting. Not to mention you can build giant ships like dreadnoughts and such. And that's going to be a bad day for anybody who opposes your glorious empire. Yes. All right, let's see. So we have our wonderful city set up. We're about as good as Leonard over there, Carl von Leonard face, whatever his name is. And let's go ahead and build ourselves. We're going to need sausages too for the pig farm, but clay is one thing that usually ends up getting.
I am a humble servant
oh
of
yes,
Her Majesty,
Sir Archibald Blake.
Called upon for delicate occasions such as these.
I love Sir Archibald Blake. He sells ships and other things that you can use
Investors
without building them
crushing
yourself.
youth in the jaws of their machines, trading on us like goods, makes my bloody blood boil.
This guy's upset. So you can buy ships from Sir Archibald Blake, and he has warships for sale or cargo ships and many other things that will make the game a lot easier.
Sir
Not to mention
Archibald Blake,
different
how
types
may
of
I serve?
documentation, I guess, that you can use. And a beautiful island, by the way, must I say. You can see he's got like a vineyard over here. You can see them making wine. Look at how beautiful that is. So they're gathering up all the grapes and bringing them to the vineyard house there. Beautiful little detail. Oh, look, a little fishing dock. All self-sustained. It's called Droodstone. What a beautiful city. Or I guess a little settlement. Okay, back to our area. We noticed that we have a shortage of workers, so we do need to keep working on that. And there we go. Now the workforce is even. You always want to have more workers. Your unemployment, I don't think, really hurts you that much. But if you're going to be expanding, you always want to have a much greater number of workers than you do jobs. If you don't have enough workers, you're going to have a bad time. All right, finally we're in the positive balance, plus 56. We're now making enough from trading and production to start doing more things. So let's start our sausage trade. That's right. All right. I think we're going to build some farms over here for the pigs. I guess you could call them some pig pens. So let's build those over here. And let's switch back to workers, back to piggies. Now this is huge. The amount of pigs that you can have in this game is ridiculous. You can almost build an entire farm, an entire island, just as one farm for how much the workers eat in terms of pork and sausages. They really eat a lot, so you'll need to be careful of that. Alright. That should be 5 out of 5. I'm going to actually do 2 of these. So let's do 2 pig farms here. And let's build some more pig pens over here. It's all random, of course, how they look and how they're set up.
Broke out.
Ooh, we have our first fire. Good. We can actually show off now the mechanics of that. Alright, so let's take a look. Where is our fire? Oh, here it is. Perfect. Yay! I know, I'm the only YouTuber to be cheering about a fire. Good. So here's an interesting mechanic about the game. If you try to put down a fire station after a fire starts, you're actually going to have to wait because the firefighters need to be trained. So it's kind of an interesting mechanic to, you know, if you delay, sure, you don't have to, you know, waste the materials on it, but then you'll have a giant fire. Now, buildings don't burn down too quickly, so we'll probably be okay. Some might burn down, depending on, you know, how long the fire's been going, but we should be okay. The music changes, and everything's all ominous and scary when that happens. Oh, boy. Well, if you don't look directly at it, you'll notice that there's no fire at all, which is perfect. See? Well, music changed, no problem. Out of sight, out of mind. Good. All right, let's go ahead and put down some sausage factories. The firefighters should be over there soon. In order to put down the sausage factory, we need 5 clay bricks. And it looks like we've got, let's see actually how much we have in clay. Oh, perfect. They're using up all the clay right away and making bricks out of them. So it's probably a good idea for each clay pit to have 2 brick factories. And in order to do that, you'll need quite a bit of workers. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and lay out some more roads for our future clay clay pit and brick factories over here. Oh yes, thank you, autosave. Very nice of you. Alright. How's the fire doing? Looks like the fire department... Oh, the fire department's on the way. Perfect. So here they come. Oh, perfect. Our first building burned down? Oh, okay. I just want to explain and show how everything works and show all the mechanics. That's my goal here today. So you can see they're already putting out their first fire. And as time goes on, there he goes with his fire hose and everything. You can actually deploy more fire brigades after a little bit of time, and more people will come to help depending on how large the fire is. The police department works somewhat the same against riots. So there's a lot to do in terms of keeping your city safe. And there's even people who will benefit that. Now this building here, a trade union... Masters of their craft improve nearby productivity. From here, if you put down one of these buildings, any of the people that I had mentioned before, if you can get one of those special bonus people, especially from, like, for example, the prison, the good thing about them is that they actually can go into your buildings, such as your city hall, your harbor master office, or your trade union, which you'll see eventually, and they can increase productivity or increase safety, lots of things that they can do to benefit a town. Alright, let's try... I think I want to put down... We don't really have a lot of population yet, so maybe I should focus on that. Let's start building the city even bigger. So let's go... Oh, there's another clay pit. Wow. Alright, good. That's going to be really good. We got lots of clay, and that's important for building some of these bigger industrial structures. Alright, I'm going to build up this way. And the music, of course, changes. And when there's a riot, or when the workers try to have a revolution and go on strike, the music even changes again. So this game having really good music. It's really fun. Alright, let's try some big city building here. And we're going to need even more lumber. Perfect. Alright, let's put down some more bushes. Well, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's put a... We could have put poplar trees down the main road too, but I chose these bigger trees. And you can change at any time. I'm going to put down a couple of trees at random. And then bushes. And you can decorate however you see fit. It does add to the attractiveness of your city, and there is a benefit to doing it. Alright, how are we doing on the fire? Looks like the fire department's coming over to finish off the rest of that. Let's go ahead and deploy another fire department. For 25 coin, that's all it requires to do that. It's really nothing. So we'll see if they can put out the fire a lot faster.
With a lark this morning, I was.
Oh, and one of the buildings actually burned down. So when you when the fire is over, all you have to do is click this button, and you can renovate the building, and it'll rebuild. Uh-oh, the news is here. Yep, the news media is poking into what's going on.
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in our broadsheet.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the newspaper here, this man will be the bane of your existence. Essentially, what we can do here is we can edit the news. That's right, we can create fake news in order to hide some of the things that have actually happened in our city. Like, for example, relationships have soured with one of those guys. Remember? Do you remember earlier when one guy got mad at us that we upgraded our... we simply just upgraded the house from farmers to workers, and then he is now mad at us. So we can hide that by increasing tax income or increasing happiness. And we have a lot of influence points to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and hide all that stuff with some alternative news.
Poetic license.
All right, let's go. So that'll increase happiness, and that'll increase the amount of money that we're getting.
Newsprint is more than enough for them to chew on.
Yeah, that guy also likes manipulating the news a bit. I certainly like doing that. It's not necessarily censorship.
Of the corrupt.
We're just putting some certain things on top of the news. All right. That'll give you quite an advantage, too. It'll increase the amount of money you have and other things. Of course, it'll be more effective the greater your population, but that's just an example of how that works. All right, let's build some more homes. And the fires are over. And now our city is actually uglier because there's ruins in it. Look at 274 out of 450. If we rebuild the ruins, look at that, 294 out of 450. So the more ruins and such, the worse the city will look. So if you fix things up a little bit, it increases the attractiveness. And that will give you extra bonuses in time. Put down some more bushes here.
Her Majesty leans on me to detain any who defile her sovereign laws.
Eli.
Including...
Attention for the Admiral.
I love Eli. This is the prison I was talking about, and this is where a lot of good people are. There's a lot of good naval people here, but if you look around, you can roll the dice for 1,000, and you might be able to get extra people who can do good things for your city. Like, for example, this guy, the shepherd. He increases production for hunting buildings, and he absolutely loves sheep, apparently it says. So if you put him into the trade union, that'll increase the production of animal farms by 10. So if we brought him back, that's a plus 10% for sheeps and for pigs, which is great, because then they don't have to be as big. Your city, like a huge amount of your city, could be taken up by farms. So if you can shrink those down and have them produce more with less, then that's going to be a lot better. Let's go ahead and have our main street here be filled with workers. Wow, the ominous change of the prison now. We're not going to prison. Unless we go into too much debt. I don't even know how that works. All right, we're now Port Town. Wonderful. So now we can start building ourselves a port, and we've got a few bricks to do so. And in fact, I'd actually like to start building even more so we can start upgrading our roads and such. We can also do things like making bread. We can also make a church, which the workers require to... I guess be a little closer to Jesus. I guess that's all they need. Fair enough. All right, we've got quite a few logging camps going. I'm really surprised. I didn't realize that we have yet another clay deposit up there, too. Excellent. Well, it's Brickmania here today. Let's go ahead and start building some stuff for our port. We can now build a depot, which allows us to hold more things, and we can also build a quay. That also allows us to build out, like, for example, mounted guns. Those are things we can build very soon, so that way we can defend our harbor. And it's going to be very important for us to store more. We're going to have a lot of supply here. So let's go ahead and build our first key building here, which is the depot. So let's go ahead and put that down. And that'll a complete building. We can actually use blueprint mode here when we actually have the supply we need. 10 bricks and 10 wood. We're just waiting on the lumber. Then we can click that and it'll auto-build. So you can lay things out ahead of time if you'd like to. I don't like to do that because I get distracted easily and go back and forth and do all sorts of different things. But now that we can do it, all you got to do is click, click, and you're good. Boom. So now we got tons of extra storage. We're never going to run out of storage bait. We will run out of storage baits. But for now, at this rate, we probably won't run out for some time. Look at that. We have 4 logging camps going, and it's still not enough. How much logs do we have? Oh, 66. Good, we can increase our lumber production now. All right, now that we got a huge amount in storage, let's go ahead and start making some more planks down at the old sawmill. And we can build another sawmill over here. Very nice. So now we need more, I think these require farmers to work. Yes.
Is our future.
Sir?
Us filings
Sir?
swept into an
Sir?
iron tide.
This is my
The
show?
rattle of
Sir?
the workers.
Sir?
Freedom and equality
Sir?
for all.
Okay. All right, good. So this might be the order to do things in the game when you get your hands on it, is to continue to increase production, and but don't let anybody seize the means of production. That'll be a bad thing, especially for the investors. Don't allow that to happen. Let's go ahead and build some more. I wonder, do we have enough workers for this? No. Each brick factory requires a worker count of 25, so we'll at least need 50 more workers in order to finish this. And if we're going to do that, we need to upgrade homes, which cost 4 wood. So we should be able to get up to the amount of workers that we need, but we will need to, oh boy. I love the things that the little townsfolk say. It's just awesome. Alright, so we can decorate our city too with more things the further we get. I'm going to just plop down some random trees here, because I know that there's really no building that can fit in here.
If I see another biscuit.
No, I'm going to put those down like that. And it's actually raining. I don't think this has any effect on our city at all, our production.
Flagship
Let's see
ready
if there's
for
anybody
orders.
else available at the prison.
No shortage of crims, just a shortage of leads.
Let's see.
I'm watching.
Ooh, production
your
for the
every
sawmill
move.
plus 20%. Ooh, that actually might be a good one for us. Although we're a little short on cash to get that. So if we had a little bit more money, we'd be able to purchase this person or pay their bond or however you want to see it. And then we'll be able to bring them back to our island, put them into the trade union, and then the sawmill has a plus 20% production. Now, not only that, but if you look down where it says Expedition Crafting 25, if we go out on an expedition, which we can eventually do to find the new world, that person, if there is an event that requires crafting, there'll be random events that pop up. Some require crafting, some require faith, some require medicine. You know, your sailors could get sick. And those types of bonuses, for example, if you have a doctor or some sort of a priest or something, they can be better equipped to handle that type of situation. We'll leave our boat there. It's always good to have a boat just parked off the shore of the prison, because there's often times that you'll want to grab one of those people and put them to work, and they're definitely beneficial to your city. Let's increase brick production. We'll go ahead and build a couple of brick companies here. There we go. And now we have no extra workers, but that is good because now the production of bricks is higher than ever. Now we can make ourselves a little more productive by upgrading some of these streets. So, for example, wherever the bricks are, that might be a good area to start because they can start transporting stuff back and forth faster. And it's a very small area to work. You can do it any way that you want. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake. Everybody timestamp that and comment huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. I accidentally put down a little bit of paved road where I shouldn't have. It's not that big of a deal. But, oh, look at the deer run. Cool. Are those horses or cow? What is that? Is that? I think that's deer. Yeah, it looks like deer. Almost look like cows for a minute too. All right, so clay is going to be delivered to those buildings, and then they'll start producing. And we're about ready to see things like steel and coal. All right, we need to increase. Let's increase speed now, which we can do up in the upper right corner. And I want to actually put down a church and see if we can build a big, beautiful building like that for our people to pray at and to give them some sort of faith. It provides a service for your residents. And if you build the church near the town hall and you put a priest in the town hall, it actually gives the church better benefits too, increasing people's overall faith and happiness and other things like that. So it's really complicated. And your city can be designed based off of the people that you find in those if different situations. Let's see if anybody has a quest for us. I want to go on a quest. Does anyone have a quest?
Oh, I wish I had something for you.
Yeah, me too. Looks like nobody wants to be friendly with us. Not even Eli. Pirates probably won't have a quest. What about The Indian Trading Company is a no, and a Sir Archibald Blake is a no. Anything?
Nothing just now, but we value your eagerness.
Well, thank you. All right, well, we'll come and check back later. We need 25 bricks to build the church, so we're waiting on that. And in the meantime, we could do a little bit more exploring and such, but I'm just going to keep our ship right where it's at. Keep it ship shape. Ha ha ha! Yeah, and let's see. So we've got 10 steel. Again, the biggest things in this game are steel beams, bricks, and timber. And you can almost never have enough wood because every time you upgrade a building, it requires wood. Every time that you initially build a building, it requires wood, and boats require wood as well. So lumber and wood are things that are always going to be coming in. There we go. We almost have enough bricks to build this thing. So let's go ahead and put down our church. We can use that that mode now, the little blueprint mode. And I think I want to put it somewhere where it can be seen from the shore. Ah, beautiful, right over here. This looks like a high spot over here. And look at that, we can build it now. So let's build our church over here. I wonder if we can build it this way. Oh, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Let's build it over here. I want to build it just away from the marketplace, but I want to make a little area where there's like going to be a park or something on either side of it. Like that. Okay, very nice. So the church is here. Yay! So now we can build kind of like an area on the side of it to beautify the city a little bit more. So I'm actually going to build this back here. Connect it this way. Sometimes it's hard to see through those trees, isn't it? And I'm going to build a little park like right here, so that way the church can be that way. Now, what's nice is that the game also auto-makes alleyways. So if I build another building directly next to the church, there's still like a very narrow street for people to walk down. So it still looks as if the building isn't as crowded. And that was always a big concern of mine through games. All right, we have sales production now. We can make sails. We can make bread. We can continue to build our harbor. We can build ships now, I believe. We do have a shipbuilding building. So we'll just need a few more bricks to do that. So let's put that down too. Let's put that on the other side over here in our blueprint mode. So now we can start making boats and exploring the new world very soon. Very soon. We'll keep speed on high now that we got things going. And you know what I don't have? Oh, I don't have a slaughterhouse yet. Oh boy. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure we can build our ships first. That's going to be a little bit more important. We want to explore and get our influence up around the world before we worry about feeding the masses. You know, profit before people and all that, right? Am I right, investors? Am I right, investors? That's right. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so 23 bricks. We need 25. Come on now, somebody toss me a brick. Let's go. Maybe a Lego. Can I get a Lego, please? There we go. Thank you. All right, so now we can build ships, and we can build small trade vessels and a few other things to explore around with. We have gunboats and schooners, and we also have frigates, ships of the line, and clippers too. And clippers are huge. They can go pretty much anywhere with a lot of supply. They're a very good ship. All right, the next thing we need is to build some slaughterhouses. We have a huge backup of pork right now. There's tons of piggies that are probably waiting to be just waiting. Oh, look at that, 48, perfect. Okay, so now we need some more workers, so return back to the city. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth of going back to the city, upgrading, doing things little by little. We'll probably upgrade this whole section here. We do have enough wood now. Look at that, 109 wood. That's what we wanted to see. And we can actually build ourselves our first little ship. So how about we see some warfare, huh? How about we build ourselves a couple of gunboats and see what happens? Oh, we need sails for that first, though. Uh-oh. Alright, it's going to be a while on that. So we will need some bricks. And I think we could probably build that. Well, let's build that down here by the Navy yard down here. And there we go. Blueprint is down for that. Okay, I forgot all about the sails being required. I played this game so much where I had all the supplies that way when I started new again. I forgot all the stuff that I need. That's right, you need a little bit of everything in this game. Alright, so the sail takes 10 bricks. Okay, so now they're going to start taking wool from here and immediately turning it into sails, so that's good. And, oh, full output storage. We need to upgrade one of our warehouses. In order to do that, we need 20 bricks. So this will be a first good warehouse to do. If you see any of these blue buildings like that, that means that there's stuff waiting to be taken to the warehouse, but there's not yet enough workers to bring it there. So in order to get more workers to load the warehouse, you need to upgrade it. So that'll be an important thing. Now we can make soap as well. Pigs are very important for the sausages and for tallow, which makes soap eventually. So there's a huge supply chain associated with pigs. It's very important. Alright. Not a lot of money coming in. We are losing a lot of cash, but that's because we're doing aggressive building. And I do want to build myself a little park here. What do we have for... Oh, it looks like these are all locked. Oh, I need more workers in order to unlock that. We're getting close to that. Okay, let's unlock more workers then.
With farmers.
Now,
Stink of manure or stink of grease makes no odds.
if you
As long
press
as you pay.
you can actually upgrade buildings like that.
Gladdens me to be reminded of your positivity.
Well, thanks, ma'am. I'm glad you're happy with me. I don't know what I did.
Don't expect you'll show mercy.
Anne, you want 60,000 for Peace Treaty? No, ma'am.
Bilgewater.
Okay, so now how many workers do we have? Ah, perfect. We now have enough. We've unlocked more buildings. So we can build ourselves a little park over here for the church. We can build like a nice little pathway that passes through. Something simple like this. And then we can build a little, maybe a road that goes into a T intersection, or maybe like into a
Not too many changes. I
intersection like this. And we'll check the newspaper in just a second. What do you got for
You're
us?
much better at self-editing on paper.
City left to burn? That fire was like years ago, dude. Alright, let's just go ahead and publish as
It's
is.
important
And we'll keep
to
our
be
influence
true to
points for something else. Alright, let's build some cypress trees on the main
And
road.
there is such a thing as bad publicity.
Alright, there we go. And we'll just put down some regular grass and make it look all splendid. Yay. And we can add other buildings to that later. Ooh, that looks a little strange. What was I thinking? There we go. Let's go back to the cypress trees. There we go. That's better. Looks nice. Oh, it actually kind of looks like a cross. I didn't even mean for that to happen, but alright, whatever. We can decorate that later and make it all look different and stuff like that. Let's see if we can upgrade our warehouse. Yes, we can. There we go. Now we have a lot more workers to bring some of that stuff out, so that'll fix the supply chain in time. And let's see what we can do next. Oh, I want to build boats. Do we have enough workers now for boats? Or oh, look at that. We can build a schooner now. We need 20 sails. My goodness. All right, let's build another sail building
Another biscuit.
structure right there. All right. Sail production is ×2. We're almost up to 1,000 population as well. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and keep building more farmers. Now, when we put down these buildings for farmers for the housing areas, we do know that we're essentially going to continue to make more workers, more workers. This is going to be our downtown section. So we're going to try to upgrade all these buildings here, and then farmers are probably going to end up moving over here and over there, that kind of thing. Well, thanks, sir. I don't know where that fire broke out. Where was that? Uh-oh. Geez, now I gotta find it. Oh, building burnt down over...
Metal
Oh,
plows change things
the Schnapps distillery
Better for
exploded,
bad,
I
or
think.
for worse.
Sometimes that can happen where a building just explodes. How are we doing on Schnapps and other supplies? Let's take a look.
Got a lovely bit of stuff coming in.
Oh, this is great. We got good amounts of stuff coming in. We will need more fish. We will need to start on our soap and grain production for bread, but so far so good. And it looks like they want a little bit more Schnapps. So let's do more fish and more Schnapps. So let's extend the road here. And let's build some more... I think we have enough potatoes, right? Let's see what we got for potatoes. Oh, 104 potatoes. Now, here's the cool thing. The prison, for example, really pays a high price for soap and for potatoes, right? Like prisoners peeling potatoes and, don't drop the soap, that kind of thing. So if you bring any of those materials over there, you get a pretty penny for that. So we'll see some of our first trading that way, too. Let's build another Schnapps building, and let's have our ship come on over. And if we click this tab here, ship menu,
What was I thinking?
we can send our ship right over immediately and pick up some of that stuff, and it'll be all good. All right, we're a shortage of farmers, but that'll be cured as we have lots of room for people to move in. As you can see, it's 7 out of 10 in a lot of these buildings, 6 out of 10, so the population's improving. Good. And can we build our first attack vessel? Yes, our first gunboat. Excellent. And we might be able to build another one soon. Oh, we need more cannons for that. Ah, yes. Okay, so we'll need to import cannons. We can buy them from the neighbors or whatnot, or we can build our own. But right now, money's a little negative. So that's why we're going to set up our first trade route of potatoes with the prison. Oh, here he is already. Jeez, that was fast.
New orders?
Okay, even though we were on fast, it was still fast. All right, let's take a lot of these potatoes, and we can start selling those. Lots of bricks. We will need more cannons. Everything else is good. Wonder if we can grab some lumber. Why not? Let's toss some of that out, too. Oh, the prison is really nearby. Oh, and he has quests for us. Good. So now we can start making some extra money by completing some quests for pretty much any of these characters. The time has passed to where we can now do quests. Ooh, look at the ship is slowed down, too, as there is a lot of extra weight on board. All right, and our upgraded warehouse is not upgraded enough. We need to upgrade again. We need to get artisans now. And that means we'll need to supply all these other things. Look at how beautiful that little house is. That is a gorgeous house right there. That is just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, ship constructed.
Falcon ready.
The skipjack is ready.
We'll tack there in no time.
Very good. Nice to hear Eli's voice actor on that one. So now we can attack other vessels or escort them with the shipjack, or with the gunboat shipjack here. Or skipjack, it's called, jeez.
On our way.
Or we can attack enemy fleets with this. So if we want to go to war, we can definitely do that, and we can definitely support our own fleet. Or do quick little transfer jobs. It has one cargo slot, too. So if one of the jobs is to go pick up something, we may as well come back and... actually, let's do that. Let's escort our flagship now. We don't want it to be destroyed.
Falcon commencing escort.
I don't know why they call it the Falcon, but whatever. Anyway, let's try to build another one. We need more cannons, so we'll have to trade for that. I think we can buy some somewhere. And look at that. So we got plenty of wood coming in, plenty of bricks coming in. Let's upgrade the main drag then. The main road where everyone's going to be going in and out of town. That seems to be important. That's like a main highway, right? There we go. And I'm sure some folks want to see some guns, right? So let's build ourselves a little gun post. Let's see, where is that? Ah, right here. Oh, we need 5 cannons for that. Darn, we're just short of a few cannons. Well, I can still set it up out here. We can still put a blueprint for it. So if anybody tries to attack our wonderful port, we can just build ourselves a naval gun out there. That's our small caliber gun, or the bigger one here for 10. So that's kind of like a small caliber machine gun, like a 20 millimeter. It's going to just destroy small boats. Really, you only want the big cannon for ship of the line, or perhaps a frigate, but everything else can be dealt with by just mounted guns. So it's kind of cool, and then you can connect it all and make yourself, like for example, we can make a wall over here and really encase our port, but we've got a huge area to build a port with, so the possibilities are endless here. Alright, looks like the ship arrived. Oh, yep, alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and trade with Eli.
God scourges those with something to hide.
There we go. So look at that. We can actually sell for, yeah, he's buying potatoes for 16. Not as much as the soap. The soap is way more expensive, but we still made ourselves a cool $1,000 by just trading that.
Not be a con.
That's really nice. So we got a little bit extra cash. Let's do a quest for him now.
Why not share some of my daily hell? You're getting off light.
And he wants us to destroy a frigate. Ooh, I don't know if we can do that. Oh, and our ships are immediately going to do that. And they're turning away.
Fleet awaiting orders.
We're going to need a few more. We've got about 29 minutes to complete that goal, so we can return to base
Fleet embarking.
and build ourselves another ship if we can. We need to get cannons somehow, so I'll have to find out who's selling cannons. Probably the pirates. We'd have to get on better terms with them. Sir Archibald Blake, are you selling anything?
Don't tell me I've missed another appointment.
So he's selling steel. The prison is
My
selling
life is
coal and
my
iron.
prison.
That's why he has a mine there. Well, we can probably end up making steel mills at this point, can't we? Oh yes, of course. We have access to that already. I didn't even realize. All right, we can put down our first couple of iron mines, and now is where we're going to really need the labor. So we can start building all the stuff over here that we're going to need. So we'll put down a furnace. We'll connect it all via a road. So ooh, it's going to be big. Get a warehouse over here too. Okay, they can immediately connect with each other. That's probably going to need coal to function. Yeah.
The requisite materials.
So we can import coal, or we can bring it up. There's a coal mine up there, so we can get all this stuff connected. All right, folks, that is my time for today. Thank you very much for tuning in for our first look at Anno 1800, a kind of brief overview of all the quest systems and all the exploration and all the other cool things that you can do, including building just a beautiful little city. It looks nice. I'm very proud of it. In just less than an hour, I was able to really kick off things right and have a good time. If you'd like to see more of this series and would like the series to continue, to see naval battles and whatnot, make sure you click or tap that like button, get aggressive with it, and show your support for Anno 1800. I know you love it, and I'm excited to see more of it too. Check out the open beta. Again, thanks to Anno 1800 for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks as always for your support. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everyone.